with you.
You made it back. Hey, today, get a little of this. It's been hot in the kitchen here. Today I'm making disco fries, right? It's a product of the 70s. Some people say it came from New Jersey, right? It's very similar to the poutine from Canada, okay? They're real similar, right? But you have the arguments that disco fries are not poutine and poutines are not disco fries, right? But they're very similar. Where the poutine has gravy with fries with cheese curds. I'm salivating. I can't wait to get into this. Where the disco fries, it's fries, normally it's thick steak cut fries. I didn't do that this time. With some gravy, where most times it's mozzarella cheese. You can use cheddar cheese if you want to. The cheese is up to you. But most of the time, it's mozzarella cheese. Okay, so I made this again for the peanut gallery. I hope you enjoy it. This is what we're looking at. This is gonna be heavenly. My goodness. Hey, this is Shrashira. That is the best elevator music I ever heard. So we have our potatoes here. And don't ask me how many pounds I got here. I just know they're going to be eating a lot of fries, so I wanted to make a lot of fries. Now, they're sitting in this water, right? And in this water, I have a couple tablespoons of lemon juice in it. And that's going to stop the potatoes from turning brown, okay? You want them to be nice and bright, vibrant, right? Nice and bright, good to go, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I was going to cut these by hand, right? But now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm gonna use my potato slicer. So let me dig that out, I gotta find it. So give me a second. I know it's up here somewhere, I just gotta dig it. Up there it is. Cool. All my little gadgets and things, so I got it. So let's go ahead and start doing this. I like using this because as you can see, you know, you put the potato in here, you press this, and it cuts, right? It shoots out French fries. All uniform size, you know, for the most part, better than you can do with a knife, right? And faster than you can do with a knife. Only thing is, you just gotta hope your technique is good, your forearm strength is good, right? Make sure your energy's high, because some potatoes, I mean, they be tripping, man. I mean, they try to put up a fight, but let's go ahead and get these cut up. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these in a different bowl after they've been cut that also has water and lemon juice in them, because again, I don't want brown French fries, potatoes when they're raw, right? I want them to stay nice, white, vibrant, and appetizing. That's what you want. So let's get to it. All right. So we can grab a potato here. In. Boom. Pressed. All right. Now I have to give it a little tug. But look what we got. Look. French fries. See that? Easy peasy. See if we can do another one. I might have to get my knife. Let me get a knife here so I can cut these to size. Hey, rocket top. What? Okay. Anyway. Okay. Guy goes in. Pull it through. Little fries. That's what we want. I'm gonna try not to make too many little ones. So I gotta up my game when it comes to cutting them to size. So let's get a good measure here. See if this guy, there we go. It's gonna be tight, but it fits. Up. It's a little bit on the thick side. Give it a little trim. Now, there we go. Right in there. Mm. Worked in forms. Look at that. So we want nice fries. So I'm going to do the rest of these, and we'll be back. So here are our fries. We're going to let these sit, right, for probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. I may or may not add ice to this. I don't know. I probably won't. And then we'll be ready to start the next process. Now, the reason I'm letting the potatoes soak, right, you can go as little as 30 minutes, to an hour, but I'm going to go an hour and a half to 2 hours, because what's going to happen is the starches are going to start being released from the potatoes, right? So it's going to stop them from sticking together, okay? We don't want that, okay? So we're going to get that starch out of there, right? I'm using russet potatoes. So for me, it seems like there's extra starch in that particular potato. I don't know why, but they make the best French fries, so I'm going to go with it. So like I said, we're going to let this sit in the water here with the lemon juice in it. Just, a couple tablespoons of lemon juice. Now what that does, the acidity from the lemon juice, right, is going to interact with the vegetable, right? The same thing happens when you do it with apples, right? Sometimes bananas, believe it or not. It will prevent them from turning brown, right? It will keep them nice, white, and vibrant. That's what you want. I mean, you've seen people, or maybe you've done it yourself, cut up potatoes, and then when it's time for you to cook them, they look all jacked up and brown and raggedy. And you feel bad, but you got to cook it anyway because you've already started. This will help prevent that, right? The same thing when you're cutting potatoes to make mashed potatoes. When you put them in the water, add some lemon juice to it so it don't turn all brown and disgusting looking. Little food for thought. So I will see you in about an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours to see what we do next. Stand by. Or just stay tuned. What do you young kids say now? Just stand by, stay tuned? What you got? I'm old school. Just wait. Alright, so for the next part, we're gonna need some granulated garlic, about a teaspoon of granulated onion, about a teaspoon or so of pepper, a teaspoon or so of salt, 2 tablespoons of butter, and about 3.5 tablespoons of flour, just your normal all-purpose flour. We have about 9 or 10 ounces of chicken broth, and then we have about 18 ounces or so of beef broth, and that's what we're going to use to make our gravy. So let's do that. While the oil is heating up, now the initial fry is going to be about 275 to 280 degrees, right? We're basically going to just do a slow, mild fry for the first fry, because we're going to double fry it, okay? So while that's warming up to 275 to 280, we're going to work on the gravy. So let's start working on the gravy. Our pan is heating up on medium. Add our butter. The butter in there. Let that start to melt. And then once this melts, we're going to add our flour. Now, because we're going to be making a roux, okay? Now, when you're making a roux, you want to almost have a 1-to-1 ratio between the fat, or the butter in this case, and the flour. Now, I'm going just a little bit over that because I want it to be just a tad bit thicker, but that's fine. But you want to keep it similar, okay? Let's get this melted. Okay, now let's add our flour. Add our flour in here. Just mixed in. Now you want to cook the flour, when you're making your roux, you want to cook this for at least 45 seconds to a minute, so you can get that flour taste out of there. You don't want that. You know, you taste some people's gravy, it tastes like flour, right? Because they didn't cook the flour. So you want to cook that. You know, the heat's on medium, so take your time. And also another thing, when you're cooking your flour, if you cook it and the flour starts getting darker, that's how dark your gravy is going to get, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to be adding beef broth to this, so it's going to make it a little bit darker on top of that, but be mindful of your flour color while you're cooking it. Now, normally you would add water to this, but I'm going to add the chicken broth. Chicken broth. And you whisk it. Going to break this all up. Add the rest of the chicken broth. And we're just mixing it. Now we want to get this pretty much incorporated before we add the beef broth. So see you when it's almost time for the beef broth. Now at this point we're going to add our salt, pepper, and our garlic and our onion. And our pepper in. Good. Our salt. Nice. Granulated garlic in there. Granulated onion in. Let's get this whisked up. All right, now we're going to add our beef broth. This guy in. Okay, we're going to let this come up to simmer. And while this is coming up to simmer, let's start working on these fries. All right, so now we got to dry our fries. So we're going to do like 2 batches of it. Even though you know my fryer can do them all, but we're just going to do it in 2 batches. Take some of these fries, put them on the paper towels. Take about half of them. See, because we put the lemon juice in there, see, they're not all brown, and they've been sitting for over an hour and a half. They look good. Okay, we're going to dry these with some more paper towels, and then we're going to blanch them in the oil. Make sure we get these dried off good. Because we don't want to put, wet potatoes in that hot oil. Something you really don't want to do. So move them around. I mean, don't crush them. Don't break them up. Just, use your paper towel. Try to dry them up, And we're going to put these in 275, 280 degrees for roughly about 5 minutes. And the timer starts once all of your fries are in, okay? So you want to be relatively quick without splashing. You see, don't splash. Get them in there. Give these 5 minutes, and then we're going to take them out. All right, start to take these guys out. And they're blanching for 5 minutes. All right, so let me get the rest of these out. The gravy's done. While we were doing the fries, the gravy was just simmering. So look at that. That's what we want. So now we're going to turn it down to low and just let it percolate. And we're going to keep stirring it until the fries are ready. Now, the reason that I blanch or fry the potatoes, because I want to partially cook them, right? I want to cook some of that starch, right? And what's going to happen is it's going to make the insides like softer, And then when we do the second cook, the outside will be crispy and the inside will be nice and soft for you. So that's why I do it the way I do it. You know I'm all about the double fry, I love the stuff, but there is a method behind the madness. So let's keep it going. Now once the fries have been blanched for that 5 minutes or so, you want to let them cool almost completely, okay? If you want, you can put them in the freezer if you want. I don't have that room, right? So just let them cool down, give them about 15 minutes or so, cool down, and then we're gonna crank the heat up to about 350, and we're gonna fry them for another 5 minutes, maybe 5.5. We'll have to see how it goes. Check it out. All right. So in these go. Second fry. 5 to 6 minutes. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll look at it after about the 5-minute mark. Oh. We'll look at it after about the 5-minute mark and see what we're working with. Okay, take these bad boys out so we can plate up. Yeah. Crispy fries so we can get this disco going. Okay, let's see who else we got here playing around. Go. Now let's plate it. All right, let's get some more fries. Put them on here. Nice fries. Because you know the peanut gallery, if they feel like they've been cheated, I won't hear the end of it. So now let's get the cheese on it. All right, so add the cheese. Right, mozzarella cheese is what we're using. Shredded mozzarella. Oh yeah. Now let's add the gravy. All right, let's add some gravy to these. There we go. So this is what we have, disco fries, right? I was gonna put some parsley on top of it, but you know what? Actually I am. Give me a sec, hold on, stand by. Okay, here we go. Disco fries, oh yeah, gravy, mozzarella cheese, get some salsa on it, crispy fries. Try this recipe out, I know you're gonna enjoy it. If you're not part of the Peanut Gallery, hey, hit subscribe. Join the Peanut Gallery. What you waiting on? Come on. If you can share it out, share it out. That being said, the Shrashira, look at this deliciousness. I'm about to get in with the get in. Thanks for watching.